Hey guys, alright, so the first video that we're gonna do is we're gonna tune our guitar so it can sound nice. And basically, there's a couple of tips that you need to remember. And the first tip is that on this top part of your guitar, whenever you want to make a string tight, which is gonna make the note higher, you're going to move it away from you. That's gonna make it tight and higher. If you want to make it lower, you're going to push it towards you. And you can feel it get loose. And then the note's going to go low, 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 low. Okay? And then the opposite is true on the bottom. Okay? So if you want to tune a string that's on this side and you want to make it tighter, you're actually going to come towards you. And that's going to make the string higher, 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 higher. And then if you want to make it loose, you're going to push it away from you. And it's going to go low, 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 low. Okay? And then from class, you remember the strings. We have E, A, D, G, B, E. Because we said elephants and donkeys grow big ears. And if you ever get confused with the E's, just know that the big E, the capital E, is that thick string. And it sounds low. And then the little E is this bottom string, and this one sounds high. Okay? Alright, so I'm going to teach you how to tune the E at the top, and then once I teach you that, it'll help you to know how to tune the rest of them. But the first thing that you need to do is download Guitar Tuna, and you can find it on the App Store. It is free. When you open it, it might say that you need to pay for something. You don't need to pay for anything, just hit skip. And then we're going to wait for it to open. See, it tells you something about a free trial, but just put continue. And then you're not going to put try for free. You're just going to click this X up here. Okay? And this should pop up. The guitar should pop up, but if it doesn't, just click right here where it says tune. That's all we need from the app. Okay? And then we want to turn off auto up here for us that are just beginning. And our guitars might be really untuned because we're going to do it manually. Okay? And I'm going to put this right here so you can see it. Alright. So, I'm going to pluck this fat E string. So, I have to make sure that I'm hitting the E up here. Same thing goes when you move on to your next strings. Make sure that you're hitting the right letter. Okay? So, I'm going to pluck it. Let's see where it's at. It's just right. That means that the E is tuned when it makes that little sound. Alright, but let's say that you accidentally moved it or someone else moved it and now it's untuned and maybe I made it too tight. And this may happen just by playing it. So sometimes if you spend long times playing it, it'll untune. So every time you play again, it's important to tune again. Okay, so let's say that this got too tight. And let's see what it shows us on the screen. Right? It says tune down. That means that my note right now is too high. It's supposed to be a little bit lower. So if I want to make it lower, remember that I said that I wanted to make the peg loose. And to make it loose on the top, we're going to come towards me. So I'm going to loosen it and pluck and look at this at the same time until I can make that little cursor come right here into the middle and ding that it's correct. Okay, so let's do that. Alright, now it's good. Now let's say that maybe someone moved it around or you moved it around, but this time it got too loose. Let's see what it says. Right now it says tune up. Like your note is way too low. So to tune up, we want to tighten. To tighten on the top, we're going to go away from us. Okay, so let's do that. We're going to tighten and pluck until that little cursor goes into the middle. Bam. And that's basically how you tune your guitar. If you want to go on to your next string, you're just gonna click the A1 and move your way down. Okay, now if you get confused on which string goes with which peg, all you have to do is grab your string and follow it to the peg that it goes to. So like the A, I can grab my string, follow it, follow it, follow it. That means it's this one. And just do that for the rest of your strings. Okay, now if that's a little bit complicated, just rewind the video and watch it again, and then just do it slowly. And then by the end, you should have a tuned guitar.